Pokémon Go just came out, and everyone you know is probably playing it. More than that, every website is writing about it, every news network is broadcasting about it, and everyone is posting pictures of cute Pokémon on social media. But how? And why? For the uninitiated, Pokémon Go is an augmented reality game made by Niantic. These are the same people who launched Ingress in 2012. Ingress is also an augmented reality game that uses Google Maps data. So in Ingress, real-life locations turn into portals that players can then claim and defend for their team. It's pretty complicated to play, but the idea clearly has a lot of longevity. In 2015, Ingress had 7 million players. The success of Ingress laid the groundwork for a collaboration between the Pokémon Company and Niantic. Pokémon Go uses the same framework as Ingress. It takes your real geographic location and turns it into a Pokémon dream world. The smallest landmarks, like that weird mural that you walk by every day, become important destinations in the app. And Pokémon are theoretically all around you. So let's go back to the beginning. Your Pokémon journey starts with downloading the app on iOS or Android. Right now it's out in the US, Australia, and New Zealand. The rest of the world will have to wait. Server overloads have delayed the game's launch in other locations. That is a testament to the game's massive popularity. You can either log in through Google or through a Pokémon Trainer Club account. As of a few days after the game's launch, though, servers for the Pokémon Trainer Club account have been down pretty much constantly. There was a little kerfuffle regarding how much of your information Niantic could access via your Google account. It turns out there was an error that said that they had permissions for all of the information. This was not so, and it's being corrected. So theoretically, hopefully within a week of the game's launch, all of the login problems will be eradicated so you can keep hunting your Raticates. Passing that hurdle, here you are in Pokémon Go. So what do you actually do? Pokémon Go has some elements of the original Pokémon games that we know and love, but not all of them. Right now, you can't trade Pokémon with friends, or use your Pokémon to duel with those friends, or to duel with wild Pokémon. But you can walk around and catch wild Pokémon wherever you are. You'll see roads and landmarks represented in the app, just like they appear in real life. When you see a little rustling tuft of grass, that means a Pokémon is nearby. There's also a meter that shows silhouettes of nearby Pokémon.
Who's that Pokémon?
Tap on a Pokémon and you'll find yourself in the most challenging minigame of all time. Flinging Pokeballs at that sucker until you catch it. I'm not trying to be sarcastic, it can actually be pretty hard to aim. Throwing a Pokeball means swiping up on your screen until the Pokeball lands in the ring around the Pokemon. Boom. So now you have a Pokemon. You can name it, you can feed it candy and Stardust to increase its power level, you can evolve it. And just like in the original games, you can duke it out with other players at Pokémon gyms. You can find the nearest gym easily in the map. It's that huge tower that usually has a Pokémon on top, dominating the skyline. Each gym is claimed by a team which has the most wins at that location. You can't choose a team until you're level 5, so you can't fight at gyms until you're level 5 either. Once you do reach level 5 though, you can fight at the gym and against players on opposing teams to strengthen your team's position at the gym. Battling means tapping an enemy to attack and swiping to dodge. The Pokemon with the higher attack power will win, but you do actually have to try to dodge the attacks. If you let yourself get beaten up, you will lose that battle, even if your Pokemon is more powerful. You can make your Pokemon stronger using in-game items, like that candy I mentioned earlier. Candy and Stardust are items that you get from catching Pokemon. There's incentive to catch multiple of the same type of Pokemon because you'll get Stardust and candy for it, which is why I have 17,000 Zubats. Other items you can buy in the game with Pokecoins. Let's talk about microtransactions. You can buy Pokecoins for cold, hard cash, or get them from winning local gym battles. Spending Pokecoins will get you loads of items, like incense, which you can drop on yourself to attract more wild Pokemon to your location within a 30-minute period. Lures are almost the same thing, but they can be attached to Pokestops for the same effect. If you attach a lure to a Pokestop, you'll probably see everyone else come running your direction too. Pokestops with lures are indicated in the app with this pink swirling flower petal effect, so everyone knows the lure is there, everyone knows you're gonna get some sick Pokemon at that location. Pokestops are like gyms in that they're located at landmarks. When you get close enough to one, you can tap and swipe it to see a bunch of loot fall out. Usually I get 3 or 4 Pokeballs, maybe an egg if I'm lucky, maybe 5 Pokeballs. This all makes Pokemon Go sound like a game that's made up of 1,000 moving parts, but it's really not that complicated. And in fact, there's not actually a lot that you do when you're playing it. You go outside, you follow your map, you catch Pokemon. Despite, or maybe because of that simplicity, it has become an instant cultural phenomenon. Even people who weren't originally Pokemon fans are playing it. The nostalgia factor is obvious. I mean, every 20 to 30 something has probably been waiting their whole lives to be able to catch Pokemon in real life. But even if you weren't actually a part of the Pokemon craze, you definitely couldn't miss that it was happening. So that means that this is the first time Pokemon has been really, truly accessible on a device that everyone owns. And it's hyper visible, not just on social media where people are posting pictures of Rattatas and their burritos, but also in real life, out in the world where people are bumping into each other in the park because somebody just found a Moltres. That's pretty much all there is to Pokemon Go so far. Niantic has said that future updates will introduce trading as well as reduce the toll the game takes on your phone's battery. Until then, see you at the gym.
You son of a bitch. Wait, what? Hold on.
It froze? No. Okay, wait.
It's just a giant Meowth that I can't catch because it's so big.
No!